and good afternoon, race fans. Welcome back here to day 2 of the 87th Live Thoroughbred Racing Meet here at Delaware Park. It was great to see all our loyal racing fans here yesterday. We had a nice opening day crowd despite the weather. The race fans turned out. We had free Delaware Park hats for everybody that showed up. So it was great to be back, seeing everybody here. The races were good races. We had safe races. We had a nice handle. The handle was over $2.4 million without any turf races, so that was pretty good. And it was great to see a bunch of people. It was great to see the TV crew here at Delaware Park. All the camera work looked great. It was great to hear Josh Brown with some race calls. Great to be back here at Delaware Park. And we had a nice handle in those pick fives. The early pick five handle a little shy of 90,000. Decent handle in the late pick five as well. Pretty formful day. A lot of favorites won yesterday, and it didn't take last year's leading trainer Jamie Ness, who's going for a record 12th leading trainer title here at Delaware Park. He's currently tied with 11 right now with the Hall of Famer Bud Dell. But Ness, he didn't waste any time. He got to the winner's circle in race 2 with by the numbers with Jamie Rodriguez, last year's leading rider. Then Ness would take the late daily double. He won the feature with Mr. Hustle, a wire-to-wire score yesterday. Then he won the last race yesterday with that heavy favorite, Let It Rideness. So Ness with 3, Jamie Rodriguez with 3 wins. Also jockey Michael Sanchez, he had a big day. He had 2 wins yesterday. It was a pretty fair playing track. The first 3 races were from off the pace, but we did have 3 wire-to-wire scores, and then the winner of the 5th race yesterday, Danny Centeno, set just off the early pace and got to the front pretty early. So I thought it was a pretty fair track. Yesterday was muddy. Yesterday it's listed as muddy now to start today. However, there's no rain, and it looks pretty nice out, so hopefully the main track will dry out. We might have a fast track later on. We'll keep you updated of all the track conditions. A few hot trainers to consider as you're putting together all those multi-race wagers. Trainer Juan Arriagada, he has 3 horses in today. He's having a good week. He's in races 3, 5, and 7. Trainer Mike Jones, he has a horse in the feature today, race 7. Also, trainer Scott Lake has a horse in today's feature, and Lake's won 4 races from 12 starters the last 7 days. Currently, Scott Lake with 6,396 wins. He's 4 wins shy of 6,400. Then also trainer Rodolfo Richards is having a big week. He has a horse in the opener today. Jockey Paco Lopez is on 3 favorites. He's red hot right now. Paco's in races 5, 7, and 8. Early pick 5 action starts right now in race 1 with that low 15% takeout. I was 4 out of 5 on both the pick 5s yesterday. Let's see if we can score with one today. Let's check out the early pick 5 ticket that I have starting in race 1. We're going a flat mile in the opener. Here's the ticket. It's a little bit of more of an expensive ticket than I like to give out, but I couldn't find a key horse here on this early pick 5 ticket, and we had a nice big handle in the early pick 5 yesterday, so I'll take a shot with a $72 play. I have a couple long shots on my ticket. Race 1, I go with the 1, 3, 4, 6. The 4, La Santa Clara, big long shot. This jockey trainer combo, Kirsten Swan, she scored with a real big long shot last year at Delaware Park. Maybe she can do it again today. Race 2, I have the 2, 3, 6. The 2, Honey Bunniness from the Nest Barns, probably going to be real tough in there. Race 3, I have the 2, 4, 6. The 4, Fancy Princess is my top pick in there. Race 4, I have a 10-to-1 shot on top in race 4. The 2, Nanga Parbay enters this soft race today off a last out high buyer speed figure, the highest last out buyer speed figure in the race. And I think the early speed's going to set it up nicely for the 2, Nanga Parbay in race 4. The 4, Common Prosperity is the heavy favorite in that race with Ness. And then in race 5, I have the 2 favorites. The 3, Shackled Love, looks awfully tough in there. So does the 6, City Rage with Paco aboard. So there's my ticket, $72 ticket. Early pick 5 starts right now in race 1, 15% takeout. Let's get right down to the action in the beautiful, historic Delaware Park Paddock as we're about 13 minutes out here for race 1. Race 1, we're going a flat mile, claiming 62.50 for the filly and mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. And there's the one out of luck, a 4-year-old daughter of Done Talking, bred down there in South Carolina by Gory Smith, the uncle of Jason Smith, the owner-trainer of this filly. She gets 10 pounds off with the apprentice Felix Astudillo, so maybe she can just get to the front with that lightweight and keep on going. Maybe she gets brave with only 112 on her back. I use her at the end of my picks. I have her on my early pick 5 ticket. That's a nice big 10-1 there on the one out of luck. The 2 Chevetta, I didn't use at all. 5-1 right now on this filly for trainer Rudy Sanchez Solomon. Carol Sedania had a win yesterday here at Delaware Park, but this horse is essentially really never won a race. She got put up for the win back in February when she finished second, and then she got put up for the win, so she's never really crossed the finish line first. We'll see how she does today. I just didn't use her in this spot. Let's check out the 3 next, who's currently 5-2. Bravo Regina for trainer Angel Sanchez Panera. Kevin Gomez, who was your second leading rider last year at Delaware. Gomez has the mount on the 6-year-old mare. She gets a 66 late time form U.S. rating. That's the biggest late rating in the field. She had a real good second on a muddy track last January at Park, so she likes an off track, and she was an okay third 2 starts ago at Aqueduct on the bottom. 16,002 life up there is the bottom. Did not run well at all last out up there at Delaware, but she gets a nice class relief today, and if she can run back to that effort she turned in the mud at Parks last January, she'll be awfully tough here. I pick her third in this spot. She's 3-1 right now. The 4 is the big long shot here. I have the 4 on my early pick 5 ticket. This is what you call a takedown horse. If this horse wins, you might take down the whole early pick 5 pool. She's 21-1 right now. I know the form doesn't look good, but Kirsten Swan, the jockey and trainer, she blew up the tote board with a big long shot last year at Delaware Park. I remember those kind of horses. And La Santa Clara did have a nice win over this Delaware surface last September. The Breaker Maiden did not run well facing winners last September here at Delaware, but she's had all winter off. Barn change into Kirsten's barn. She has a couple recent works here at Delaware, so it wouldn't surprise me if this filly jumps up and runs a big one and maybe even tries to steal it at 25-1. I put her right there in my exacta. Let's check out the 5 next. Doro Baby from the Gerard Ochoa barn. Jose Batista rides this filly. She has some early speed. She gets the biggest early time form rating of 82. She just does not finish well. Her last race down at Tampa, she was in front by 3 early and then just stopped, got beat almost 22 lengths. She gets a little easier spot today, but she's just going to have to finish a lot better. I end up with the even money shot on top here. The 6 is the mare to beaten here. Fernando Jara rides for Ronaldo Richards. The barn's been hot recently. The Richards barn the last 7 days from 7 starters, 3 wins and a third. So this barn's red hot right now. And this 5-year-old mare by Connect gets a little class relief today, and she's been running decent races. Yes, she was the beaten favorite in those 2 starts down there at Tampa earlier this spring, but she turned in decent efforts against probably better company. Most recent race, she was head-and-head for the lead early on. I'm not sure if that's her running style, and didn't finish well that day, but that was a 12-5-2 life at Tampa. She gets a nice, easy spot today for a hot barn, so she's the mare to beat. You just hope she doesn't get caught wide on that first turn. Jara with 37 wins this year, so he's a live rider hitting at 18%. Hopefully he can get a nice trip and save some ground on that first clubhouse turn. So there's the favorite. She's 6-5 right now. Maybe a lot of people key on her in the early pick 5, but if you beat a 6-5 shot in the opening leg of the pick 5, that makes you feel good. So good luck here. If you're playing that early pick 5 with that low 15% takeout, my picks in the opener, 6-4-3-1. We start out today on a muddy track. We're 8 minutes out. Race 1. Good luck.